Sponsored
right.
by Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark?
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, that's the wrong color to be Maker's Mark. All right. 3, 2, 1.
I'm not like other girls. Okay, Diane. You say
I'm gonna have to, like, after another 6 months, I'm gonna have to take the first 5 seconds of every episode and just be like, what does Cam say? Because it's something
wild
that no one watching will understand because of the previous conversation that was not recorded. So, awesome. Love that. Anyway, so we are gathered here together. We're down 2 members of the party. Both of the ladies are not here, but we will carry on in their stead. I will have them basically be in the background doing kind of their own things, and if we end up traveling, they will travel with you, but they will just be kind of chilling, unless certain conversations come up, in which case they will act. I will act as if I was them.
I love seeing you do that.
That was hard for me to say. So anyway, that all being said, where we last left off, you all had made your way into the sewers of Samor in a different location, hunting specifically James, a young noble who had disappeared, not just from his parents' home that he had kind of run away from and absconded in the night to go find and spend an evening with his love, a young seamstress named Jane, in the kind of more dilapidated section of town, which was very uncouth for someone of his station, and his father made sure to let you all know about it. However, his mother, being a little bit more kind about the situation, decided to give you a little bit more information about Jane and possibly where to find her. A series of insane rolls from the table to locate object, teleport within a 2-minute walking distance of where you needed to be, and getting in the sewers before the locate object spell went off, that you were able to find a interconnected sewer system that led to a large pit in the earth. Started with constructed stone going down this kind of cylinder into just an abyss of darkness beneath you. And as you continued to inspect it, 2 of your party members went flying out of a tube that was kind of outflowing some of the sewage waste into that dark pit. Just one of them being a giant squid, one of them riding it thunk, out of a tube and falling into darkness. Thankfully, thankfully you were riding your druid companion, and so they turned into a giant eagle, and you were able to cruise in darkness around this cavern with the aid of some light. Some clever use of spells, of some just free falling, and clever use of Featherfall along with your Devil Sight to see where the bottom of this was. And yet, when you used your Featherfall, there was no bottom in sight. You just found a ledge, and you landed on the ledge and found a great cathedral-like structure in front of you of a long hallway that led into some antechambers, and continued to inspect those chambers, finding a series of storage rooms and kind of more barracks and prison cell setup, in which case you also found the dead body of a guard who had chained themselves to a table to keep their post all the way until death. Specific notes detailing the creature that you were starting to believe might have an influence over people, as there was some magical compulsion going on that was pulling people into the sewers, both some of the young children that Six was watching out for, and potentially James, based on some conversations with Jane. Making your way deeper in, you found the cell block and found James on the floor, his foot magically trapped by some spell. Again, a series of rolls, some clever uses of teleportation magic, finding that James was actually not himself and was being controlled by this entity, was killed in that moment, and a young boy stepped forward, claiming the personal pronoun of we, this plurality to this young individual who was not a young individual and was not a boy at all, but was something totally abhorrent and an aberration of the great beyond in the far realms that attempted to kill all of you, and mostly tried to kill you, although it could not do so because of the 190 points of healing that you received against the 160 points of damage you took with your 100 max HP, which is crazy. Needless to say, you smited this foe, attacked it with all manner of weapons, and it fell dead at all of your feet. And then from a narrative perspective, Kenny was able to run over and cast Revivify on James and bring him back to life allowing you all to have the opportunity to converse with him, but also to return him alive to his family, which means you get paid, which is a good thing. So that is where we return to in the smoldering wreckage of this fight. This creature, I realized I didn't have music, so let me get music going here. But this smoldering wreckage of a creature burned by some radiant magic, which you saw that was vulnerable to, specifically with some of the spells Osadi was casting. That being said, there are parts of it that are still trying to move and kind of reform together that you've noticed. There was a kind of a liquid metal core to it. We kind of explained that that's a biote that you grabbed and kind of holding on to and looking at. And then there is the body of James, who is now revived and is there with you all, and then the door exiting the chamber. So what would you all like to do?
First things first, want to check on James. So, your parents sent us here to rescue you. You're rescued. You're not dead anymore. And I believe that there is a young lady out there waiting for you as well.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. It was, we were just having a night together and everything was fine, and then I just, I was overwhelmed. I had this vision that this young boy needed help, and I came down here, and it was perilous. It took me hours to get down here, and it even told me to avoid certain traps and helped guide me to get down here. It was strange, but here I am. Thank you for breaking me free. And like looks back and sees the wreckage of the creature and is just like,
Don't think about it.
Don't.
That, my dear lad, is called trauma, and we will address that much later. But look at it like this. If you could survive, if you are alive right now, after facing, don't look at it again, that thing, you are more than worthy to take over your father's position when the time comes for you.
He died.
Persuasion.
he does not throw up.
He did
But go ahead and make your persuasion.
not survive this trial.
He dies of a heart attack.
Diana, shush.
Going to give myself advantage.
Already?
You're gonna use your inspiration?
You know what?
Let rip.
Yeah.
Full send.
Yeah,
Full send.
it's fine.
That's what I said.
Could use it for other things. My persuasion's pretty good anyway.
And this is like the end of the dungeon. There's like nothing beyond this, right?
You haven't explored the rest of it because you were very much singularly
12.
focused on finding the cell block. Total of 12. He hears what you're saying, more so listens to the first part of it about like he survived this and that's a good thing. The rest about him being able to take over his father's position and stuff, it kind of a little lost on him with everything that's just taken place, but he's listening to what you're saying. Just like, I'll think about that when we get out of here. We can get out of here, right? Please
Yes.
tell me we can.
Yeah.
Please, immediately.
I mean, we got in here. We can get out.
That's true.
Do assume you didn't take the like a 500-foot fall the way down here.
No, but I almost fell multiple times, and I made my way down. It was a large structure, but there was steps, and it was weird. It was almost as if that thing was like helping me get down there. I felt focused. I felt nimble. It took over me.
The creature wanted to absorb your biomass.
Yeah. And then he starts like, his face goes pale white, and he goes,
Don't think about it too hard.
Asadi, can you do a calm emotions by any chance?
he looks at the
Spell
door.
slots.
You follow his gaze. Everyone make a intelligence check.
Oh no.
I'm a smart fella.
I am not.
My
Not as smart as I
rolls
thought I was.
are crap today.
18.
8.
Not as smart as I thought it was. 18. What?
Neither am I. 8.
8.
A 16.
A 16.
surprisingly.
7.
7. And then you call me emotions? You call my emotions. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll call them emotions.
Okay, so you call him
I have
emotions.
some slots for those.
You with the 16, you kind of follow his eye line toward the door, and there's a thought in the back of your mind, but you focus on doing the calm emotions. With an 18, you look at the door, and you remember the door was locked. It was magically locked. It had to be magically locked because otherwise this creature would have just escaped anytime they wanted to. So how did James get through here? And then you look at the door, and you notice that little square slot in the door that you could kind of look through. And now that the illusion has faded from what this creature had cast, and you see fresh blood splattered all over the hallway and around that portion of the door, it begins to connect a little bit that James was probably dead when you first saw him and was reconstructed by this creature to be a visage before you. But to fit an entire human through a square slot that's maybe 6 inches across probably was not a pretty sight. And, yeah, it's an awful creature.
I'll take his chin and, nope.
He just looks away and proceeds to puke onto the ground.
Calm and go emotions.
Yeah, calm.
Press the digitation.
Yeah. Spells, yeah. But he, with the calm emotions, he very much recovers and comes to understanding what happened, also understands that he's alive again, and looks over to Kenya and is just like, thank you so much, and oh my god, how can I ever repay all of you? I mean, this is, I died. That thing ate me. There were so many screams and awful voices inside, and I'm not going anywhere. I'd like to leave the room if that's okay. Just
Yeah,
get away from here. And he just walks over to the hallway, very much where you can still see him, but he just leaves the room and just kind of stands against the wall and just kind of like putting his face to the cold stone and just kind of just calming himself a little bit.
I'm gonna take a quick round. I'm gonna while that was happening, ritually cast Detect Magic.
Go
And
for
see
it.
if there's any magical items or
Yeah.
anything around.
10 minutes go by, you detect magic. A couple things point out immediately. Obviously, there's the magic items that are on all your party members. The liquid kind of black ooze that's moving around your hand is very magical in nature. But it's not necessarily magic. Well, you're casting the spell. It is familiar. But again, there was that blockage when you tried to access that memory. It was denied. And you're looking at it, you're like, it is familiar. It is magical, but it's almost... To you, there's a fine line between science and magic. And magic is just what people who don't understand the foundations of the structure of this casting and the orientation of the world, they just call it magic. But to you, it's science. And it's a carefully crafted art that you can have expected outcomes. And so this is a product of something like that, but you don't know its construction necessarily. All of that information is blocked, but it is familiar. Other than that, there's nothing magical, but if anyone would like to take an investigation check, you can do so around the room.
I'll give myself guidance for that too.
Go.
I will do the same.
How are all of my
I'm gonna
rolls
keep Detect
terrible?
Magic up.
Okay.
I had a sub 8 roll my last session, so don't feel too bad. Got a 12.
12. Okay.
And if I could, can I
16.
dip my finger in some of the blood on the wall and just sort of draw a single line on the staff?
Sure. We'll get to
Just
that.
a
So
one.
16, you said? Or, sorry, 12, 16,
21.
21,
11.
11. The two of you, looking around, more concerned about other things. You're more concerned about James. You're doing this thing with the staff. With a 16 and a 21, searching through the wreckage, you find there's a lot of, we'll say, biomass as part of this creature, but you do see a few shiny bits and bobs that kind of poke out of it. You find 40 silver pieces, 10 gold pieces, and then a smattering of jewelry that totals 100 gold pieces. Some of it's necklaces, rings, brooches, just a variety of jewelry that is non-magical.
Things that came off the people when they came down here.
You
I
get the
assume.
sense. Yeah.
Maybe we
I'll
should
just hand them to you.
Yeah, like maybe we should send
You're
these back to
searching.
their families if they're identifiable. You know.
You could certainly take some time in the future to do so. Diana, as you take a little bit of the blood from this creature and rub it on the staff and just kind of look at it, make a wisdom check for me.
Wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
So 10 divided by 6.
Fuck me.
It wasn't the
Sorry, it's gonna be a natural 1.
Natural
we can
one.
divide that together.
You know what? I'm gonna roll a lucky dice on that one just for the sake of it. Because, oh boy. Okay, here we go. That's a little better. A 19.
I picked a bad time to eat a starburst.
Now a starburst. These aren't normal starbursts.
They're so good.
They're sour.
Ooh, love that.
It's
Good
like,
sound
wait a minute,
starburst.
this tastes delicious.
Oh,
Where's
that's
the
right.
50?
Can I have my gold back?
Oh, yeah.
With a
Can you
total of 19?
can you clean the jewelry? Because
Oh,
I actually do like the idea of trying to identify the bodies.
Yep.
At least with what we have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation on the...
Presentation, you did that.
Get
Anything else
back
you
here.
guys were doing, or is that good for the moment?
We were just trying
That's
to
good for the
find out
moment, I
For
think.
money, okay. With a 19 total, you rub that on the staff. Nothing. You look on the staff, trying to see if any of the runes alight. None of them change.
That's what I thought. And I'll keep looking for a room.
You look through, you find the same things that your companions were finding, in which case you feel like you've picked over this room relatively well.
I'll head out into the hall and keep searching the rooms with detect magic.
You go through the rest of the storage rooms. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Just a general investigation check.
14.
14. Okay. With a 14.
1.
Natural 6.
Oh.
Well, actually,
Wait.
non-natural 6.
Non-natural 6. Got it. Okay. I was like, what? Because it was a 20, and now it's right. Yeah, I have a short coming out here soon that that mentions that, but just for everyone else at home, 6's character on a natural 20 for 6 is a 6, and then the natural 20, or what would normally be considered a 20, is considered just a 6 on the die. So that's how we narratively did that, because it's cool and fun and statistically the same, and I love that. Back to this. With a 14, you look through the other rooms, you find not really anything magical of value. The turret that you walked by in the other room is giving off a magical aura, partially because of its clockwork construction, but there's also some magic associated with it. You know the School of Magic, it is Abjuration, a protection spell that's kind of maintaining around it.
Does it look removable?
With a 14, it could be removable. It's a question of... It's a fairly large construction,
Okay.
because it's certainly not a hand crossbow or even a heavy crossbow. This is almost like a mini ballista. Yeah, that has a series, like a chain of bolts that feed into it. The chain of bolts goes into the ceiling. You're not sure where it goes in there. But the construction of the actual ballista itself looks like the majority of it is outside of the interior of the ceiling. You could potentially pull down if you wish.
Is there like some sort of like core or power core of some sort?
You give it a look over. There's no core necessarily. It just seems that it's been imbued with magic to kind of animate it.
Yeah, I'll just to be safe, dispel magic.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic on it, and you watch as the abjuration that was on it goes away. I'll say as part of that, you recognize that the spell that was cast on it, more than just the animation, it was sensing for any aberrations that would be in a radius, and at that point it would activate and animate itself. But the Dispel Magic, it de-animates and no longer is active.
Cool. That's pretty much it for this cell block, right? Look through
Yeah,
it.
you looked through all the cell blocks. Regardless of the magic and the lack of magical items, what you really find is just a lot of old skeletons in these different chambers. Some you can tell are elven by looking at just the jaw structure and kind of the general face and the bones. Some human, some dragonborn. It's just a smattering of individuals of all types.
Is there armor?
No armor, no. You get the sense that these individuals, if this is a prison, were probably stripped of their armor before they were brought in here.
Is there... I'd like to call either Corbin or Six over if whoever's smarter could figure this out. Is there any way for me to figure out what kind of spell was binding this creature here? Because that could be very useful.
Both of you make Arcana checks.
Yeah.
Just the two of them, not you, Six, because you're
Oh yeah. I'm
doing this at the moment.
stuff.
Yeah,
Finally!
Me? An Arcana check?
you.
An 11?
11. Yeah.
Something held him, and I don't see any chains. So,
I see no chains.
That ain't bad.
Yeah,
Something.
Good stuff.
24.
24. With a 24 and a little bit of help from Kenia, because she initially called out seeing runes written all over the inside of this kind of dome structure. You look up to it and kind of draw your attention to it, and there is it is old magic. It is, it still holds the structure of magic that you would use today. That's kind of, but it's something like older, almost like the base form, and so as such required a lot more writing to fully create a complex explanation of the spell, so to speak, like the language of writing out what you're almost asking the magic ether to, or the weave itself to kind of do in this moment. But it's a massive protection spell that would prevent planar teleportation, also just any teleportation magic leaving. You use teleportation magic to go in, but you realize now no teleportation magic will work inside of this chamber. Additionally, it prevents against scrying, both things scrying in and things trying to scry outside. But you begin to notice that there's runic writing all over the walls, but not the door. And you're wondering if maybe that's how that creature was using its kind of spell to reach out there.
Blind spot there.
Yeah. Additionally, there's runic writing all over the walls, but as you get closer to the door itself, there's more writing that is protection from aberrations, kind of in that space, that would prevent this thing from just busting down a door. It seems that there was magic on this side of it, specifically catered towards aberrations, that whoever put this thing here realized what it was and prepared this chamber specifically for it.
Can I take a scroll? Well, I think I have a calligraphy kit or something like that.
Yeah.
Sort of make a leaf rubbing of the runes from the door.
From the door, sure. If you wanted to do a recreation of all the runes on the wall, it would take
forever.
It would take
not happening.
several hours. But yeah, if you just want to do a little rubbing of a few things that were on the door, you could absolutely do that.
Could it be
Could it be?
possible?
Oh,
No.
no, sad. So that is what you find with that.
I'm gonna add that to my.
Anything else anybody wishes to do in this chamber?
So,
Is there any other doors or anything like that?
It's the only door in the chamber.
Okay.
I'll take a moment before we go ahead and leave to ask James. So, I know that we were sent here to rescue you on behest of your parents, but do you want us to teleport you to Jane first and then walk there, or would you rather?
Yeah, I need to apologize to Jane before returning to my parents, who certainly will not want or welcome an apology from me. So yeah, we could go to Jane first. That would be great.
Actually, before we do that, we noticed in your room that you had a lot of notes, books, and other things about this place and whatever it is.
Yeah.
What exactly were you looking for down here?
I'm a student of architecture, and I find the architecture from this time period fascinating. The construction of the halls that I walked through and the rooms themselves are beautiful, and I was very curious as to why the similar architecture isn't recreated today. There are some instances where it comes back, but overall it's just something that doesn't exist anymore, and I just took a particular interest in it. I've always taken an interest in it. it's a style of architecture I wish to bring back if I ever start my own business, but
Interesting.
it's not necessarily what my family is
You're gonna build
in the
make
business
a
of.
church building from business.
It's not exactly the trade of my family, so it's not necessarily.
If I may, it doesn't matter what your familial trait is. If you have a talent, you utilize it. Speaking from experience, personally, there's nothing worse than a useless noble that doesn't utilize what's truly given to him in terms of skill. If you have a skill, utilize it and propel your family forward. It doesn't have to be the same path, just one that you choose.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, man.
Can I give myself guidance?
Sure.
Real quick.
Do a little dance.
I'm
Talk with your hands.
using my inspiration.
Dang.
Bro. Let it ride.
Burn them now. Burn them now.
Can Tiggy give him bardic inspiration?
Will it help?
Yes.
Tiggy gives a bardic inspiration. Loston gives a bardic inspiration.
I mean, yeah, sorry, yeah.
It's a D8, I think.
Oh, 8.
It is a D. Yes.
Did any else have guidance?
He already has guidance.
Exactly, no, because he's just like,
Okay. So the first one was a 5
Oh, you're already.
plus 8 plus my persuasion, which is actually pretty damn
It's
good.
probably going to be a pretty good roll.
Plus the D4 for guidance.
Oh yeah.
plus the 1.
Yeah, plus 1.
One.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Pulled up all the stops for this cheesy line.
That's cool.
21.
There we go.
With a 21, you had tried to connect with James earlier, and there was just too many things going on. But you touch a nerve with something, in some way, from one spurned noble son to another, and it connects. It lands, and he kind of takes that. Yeah. Yeah. I have some thoughts. Thank you for that. Thank you all again.
Of course. And if you're ever looking to utilize that architecture, I might have a few ideas that might be of your interest later.
Well, maybe it's something that we can converse about in the future. So, I would very much like to get out of here. Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
To your lover we go! Teleport.
Teleport outside of the room.
Yeah.
You all teleport away and appear, kind of splashing in the street, a little bit of the mud that's there, but right in front of the seamstress's home that you saw not but a few hours ago, with your speedy chase to allocate
I
his
like
location.
grab him and is that window still open?
The window's still open.
All right, I'm gonna grab James.
You're just gonna
Throw him in the window.
What do you have? Step the wind through the window. Jane is sitting not at her weaving desk, but is over kind of in a small bedroom, just kind of sitting and just kind of looking at a book, and she goes, "James, oh my gosh!" and runs over. They embrace. There's a couple of like quick conversations that are kind of had, but just mainly a long hug is held. They kind of pull back from each other, just like, "What happened?" Because I wish not to discuss it right now. Just suffice to say, I was taken by a creature, and these wonderful people took care of it and took care of me, and I'm better for it.
We eventually make our way upstairs.
Yeah, by this point, you kind of open the door, and as she's hearing this, she yells, "Go in, come in!" And you all walk inside, meet upstairs in this relatively cramped kind of room, but you're all kind of just standing there awkwardly as they have this quick conversation, to which James is like, "Jane, and just kind of looks to all of you. Well, it's fine. Jane, what do you say we, well," and looks to you. Jane, I'll be honest, I had half a mind to if I survived what had happened, I was going to say that we should just leave the city entirely and elope. And maybe have that small farm that we'd always talked about having, and I'd steal finances from my parents and they would hate me forever, and I wouldn't care. We would just live our lives together.
Oh.
But I think there may be a way for that still to happen, but in a way that would not sunder my connection to my family. And she kind of like looks questioningly at him. I don't mean in any way that I'm going to change who I am. I think I'm just going to stand up for myself for once.
I give a smirk and a wise old man nod.
And if that goes well, then we'll carry on. And I'll make you my wife one day. But if it doesn't work, then that day will come sooner rather than later, and I'll stick with our previous plan. She takes a deep sigh, just puts a hand on his face and is like, as long as you promise me you're not going anywhere or die, that would be awful. He goes, right.
I'm just going to shift you like.
Yes, dying, bad, and I don't recommend it for anyone. Right. I should be getting back, but I came, to say sorry and thank you, and you'll hear from me in the next few days. She kind of nods, goes, okay, be safe, and looks at the rest of you. Don't let anything happen to him, please.
We didn't this time. We won't let it happen another time.
Okay. Well, you have my gratitude. I don't have anything to offer you in the way of payment. I'm sure his family is more than compensating, but just kind of looks at the rest of you. Actually, hold on a moment. And she walks over to a drying rack that she has, where several things are just kind of heavy cloaks and blankets, and other things are just kind of laid over to the side. And she just kind of like looks through a few things and pulls them out, and pulls 2 or 3 heavy cloaks, and just kind of brings them and goes, I was making these for someone, but they can wait. Here. And she just like hands you 3 heavy cloaks that you could use for various purposes, but they are very well made. And she continues with, if you ever have need of a humble seamstress, I'm more than happy to oblige in any way. It's the least I could do. So.
Of course. And I will make sure that you are properly compensated for anything that you do make.
Oh, well that would be wonderful.
Including these. I give, 3 gold? 6 gold?
No.
I give, you know what?
6 or 7. Rocks fall 6 times.
The DM grabs a Tarrasque and sets it on the table.
I'll give 6 gold. It
6
doesn't
gold.
feel fair to just take.
6
It
gold
makes
is a lot. But by all means.
You give 6 gold. She goes wide-eyed and is like, thank you so much.
Of course, we'll be doing business in the future.
Oh, well, I welcome your business. Thank you. And she looks over to James, wide eyes and like a little bit of sparkle. She goes, I could buy so many new colors. Oh, well, run along, you all. I have some shopping to do. I need to require more materials. Thank you. And she kind of ushers you along out of the house, but you have the rest of the day.
How much money did
you
you
have
owe
the
me?
afternoon now.
So what?
How much money did you owe me again? I forget.
100.
6 is going to put on the cloak immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was your profile picture
My-
of a cloak on there, actually. It does.
My
It does.
The original one is basically like a curtain that I fashioned over myself.
And it's basically just a hood, and like tattered on the
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
So remove that.
Yeah.
Now I have a new one.
Yeah. Your armor, I'd like to think like some of the pauldrons separate and fit under and then kind of clamp down and hold the cloak in place. As
mine
now you
on.
have something that is almost down to your feet. Fully body covered and a heavy heavy hood that you can pull up. At any time.
Dark purple.
Dark purple?
Royalty.
Look at you, 6. You look quite
Good.
dapper that it fits you. That's a compliment.
Okay.
Okay. do you make your way back to the Dulles family?
We do.
You make your way back to the Dulleses, arriving there so soon as you were there not but 3-4 hours beforehand. You knock on the door. A servant approaches and just kind of opens the door. Who do I? And sees James immediately. He's like, "1 moment, please," and just starts to close the door. Never mind. Please come in. And leads you all inside. Leaves you in the room. Immediately goes upstairs. You hear some hushed conversation before you hear, "What? Already?" All right. Well, maybe they earned their payment. Just kind of you get the sense that York cannot talk quietly. It's just beyond, especially in this house, just echoing. But he comes downstairs along with Lady Dulles, Dinah, and as she and him make their way down the stairs, she runs past and overtakes him, immediately rushing to James and just gives him a hug. She's like, "Oh, I was so worried. Please tell me you're okay." And just like grabs his face. He's like, "I'm a little worse for wear, but I'm okay. Thanks to the people that you hired." And York comes in and goes, "I hope you learned your lesson, not to go running, gallivanting around with some wenches that shouldn't be. I'm glad you're home." Just kind of a bit of a huff. And James just goes, "I'm happy to be home too, Father, and thank you for hiring these individuals to acquire me. We have much to discuss, I believe. Perhaps over dinner we can continue the conversation we were having the night before I left in such a huff." To which York kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "Fine. All right, we'll have a conversation." And just is a little taken aback by this forwardness. To which he looks at all of you and goes, "I believe payment is in order, and much appreciated for getting him so soon." And waves at a servant who goes into a back room and brings out a small chest and kind of sets it down and then adds a bag to it as the additional 500 gold for getting him so quickly.
Mission was completed in 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 49 seconds, with the expenditure of 1,000 gold piece diamond.
They both kind of look at each other and goes, "I'm glad you have someone who can take notes for you, but this was the agreed upon price, and this is the agreed upon payment."
We will take the agreed upon payment.
Slides across.
And if I may, Lord York, that son of yours is quite the survivor. He's strong. And I think that him surviving something like that, he's bound to grow even stronger.
Looks at James, gives him kind of a quick once-over. "Survivor, you say?"
I looked at you when you said survivor.
The thing
whistle a little
that
bit.
he faced could only be described as a nightmare predating the Sundering. Something that even the goddess of light saw fit to seal away in a customized cell so that it would never see the light of day. And even with that, it still found a way to influence not just your son, but an unknown number of souls. And it didn't just kill. That thing imprisoned souls. Your son is here, intact, after facing that. What else can I say other than him being strong?
He looks over to James. Make a
Does he have to?
persuasion or performance check with advantage.
I'm just like, damn.
Ooh, I like that number.
Advantage, by the way.
Yeah.
20.
Yep, I'll take
Okay,
that.
we'll take the first one.
Yeah, always gotta roll the second one just in case.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have that one?
25.
Man, my
25.
God.
York rolled lower than that on his insight, and I like to imagine that in Corvum's his way of presenting things and his stage presence, that as you begin to talk and explain what just happened, a little bit of thaumaturgy, and the lights go a little bit dimmer. The voice gets a little bit deeper and echoey. The eyes become very alluring as you tell this story, and York is just locked in for the whole description of it before looking over and kind of shaking out of it and looking at James and going, God's above, that's, and looks over, and now is like giving you all a formal look over and seeing the damage and the wear from the fight that you just had, and it's just like, I'm glad that I reached out to Uldrif. You are a capable group, and I am not one to sit on the council, but if you have any need of someone to speak a word to those individuals on the council, our door is open to you. House Dulles is happy to oblige.
Thank you, good sir. And I give a nobleman bow.
He bows back, a deeper bow than he bowed the first time you met him.
How do you spell? You said Dulles?
Dulles, D-U-L-I-S.
Dulles.
And it's York and Dinah and James of House Dulles. He bows back. Dinah walks over to you and just kind of holds out her hand and takes your hand. Just kind of holds it and goes, thank you. A small tear in her eye. Thank all of you. You are welcome here anytime. Thank you. And just walks over and kind of like grabs the cheek of her son and just kind of puts her arm around him and just holds him close. But you have completed your mission, not just for the Dulles family, but also the request of Uldrif to take care of this.
How much gold was it in total?
2,500.
Divided by 6?
6 divided by 6. 25.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. Do some quick math.
Everyone gets 417 gold pieces.
That's a weird number.
Well, not as weird as a fraction, so.
I started with a weird number. How could you? Math?
Math? What is math? Ooh, I have their character sheets open. I'm going to go and add a gold for them.
Okay, 7,000 gold ain't bad. Cool.
Wow. Loston has some money.
How much did we get from the thing again?
How
Was
does
it-
she still have that much money?
It
She
was,
blew like all of it on her room. I don't think she took her money away. Back in like
Because of the
to
figures,
kill
I think.
You've gotten some more money since then.
We just didn't really
Did
get
we?
anything.
Like that much?
No, I mean from the box.
You got like 35,000 or something like that back
Yeah.
back in Tequilda. And then divided that many ways. And then Loston has not spent like any money this campaign other than their room, I think.
That is
They've not like bought a
insane.
magical item or anything like that.
Because I barely spent any money. I only have 7,000. I mean, I got like half of like amulet.
Most people who are watching that play D&D are like, you have 7,000 gold? That's crazy.
I mean, comparatively to whatever the heck Loston has.
Well, she's got 10,000.
Rusty, do you remember how much platinum was in that cube?
Yes, because it was Mithril coin.
Add that to your thing.
It was
I didn't do it just because we didn't divvy it up. or
It was
anything.
350 Mithril coin, which is 3,500 platinum, which is 35,000 gold pieces.
There we go.
Oh my God.
35,000 divided by 2 then? Between you and me?
Yep.
Right now.
You son of... You know... I hear the jingling of your pockets. They're a little too thick. I'm gonna mug you, man.
We got money bags over here.
To Uldrif to get the rest of the payment, I guess.
Yeah.
He had not promised any payment, it was a favor
Yeah.
for him.
I was like, to him? To, what did we get out of that? Oh, okay.
Wasn't there like a spell in that cube too?
There
That one of
was.
us could learn.
Yes, and I was actually,
Yes.
unless you had an interest in it, I was pretty interested in learning a little bit more about that.
You seem pretty interested in this, so you can have
It's
it.
been some of your downtime analyzing Aster's mind siphon.
That sounds important.
I mean, it's a Barty here spell. Well,
I did make that.
a previous him.
The previous version. Yeah. You all leave the house. Where would you all like to go next? Would you like to go? You've completed your stay at the Marine Hotel. There's always the Church of Aurora that you have an open place to stay. You can also go find a tavern if you wish to. But
Still need to go talk to Uldrif again. Tell him we finished the mission.
okay, back to the College of Illuminated Arcanum. No more uses of teleport since you've used both today, so you just have to walk. But it's-
the horrors.
Oh, the
am I right?
horror of walking.
On the way, I'll look to see if there's like a jeweler that I can get tools from.
Yeah, make a investigation check.
Speaking of jewelers, did they finish that
27.
annual?
They're still working on it because it was like 30 days, I think, that it was going to
Okay.
take them. You could always go and throw a little bit more money at them and see if they do it faster. But
27.
27. Yes, you find a jewel crafter very quickly. Are you looking for just a jewel crafter or some sort of magic shop?
Probably both on the way.
Yeah. With that roll, you would definitely find both. The magic shop would be Riddlehead's Enchantment, same place that Diana commissioned their item. But then you find another jewel store that you could go in and make your way inside. What would you like to do there?
I would like to find tools that could fashion the stone of spell storing that I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you could just look for some general jeweler's tools. That would be... Ooh, jeweler's tools are like 10 gold.
Pricey.
Pricey indeed. We'll just say 10 gold, because
Sure.
internet's not really working.
Do that, pick those up.
Yep.
On the way, I will work on the spell storing ring or the stone of spell storing to divvy it up into 6 pieces.
Tough to do while you're walking,
Yeah.
but you can start to analyze it and look it over and kind of think through that. So we'll come back to that. You arrive at the college, make your way inside. Same process of making your way up to the actual room itself for Uldrif. Stepping inside, Devlin, always present it seems, opens the door for you. You all make your way inside. Uldrif is... you no longer see the skull and the spine of the creature that you had taken care of in the sewers several days ago. That is gone now, it seems. And Uldrif is just kind of standing and looking out of a window and just looks at the rest of you. Welcome back so soon. I take it by the wear on yourselves in armor that you have completed your task.
Expeditiously.
So it would seem. And I take it that you have been paid appropriately by House Dulles?
Indeed.
Good.
Honestly, a little underpaid considering what was actually lurking down there, but we'll do.
What was lurking down there?
It was a nightmare.
It was an aberration of some kind. It's
Interesting.
consumed people and their souls into some fleshy amalgamation of misery.
Spoke as a we and was contained by a bevy of runes, and I unfurled this long scroll. This enchantment against aberrations.
He immediately walks over and kind of takes the scroll from you, if I may. Begins to look over it, and as he's reading, he
It appeared to be a customized cell block littered with runes designed specifically to keep this creature imprisoned. It predates the Sundering.
Where did you find this structure?
In the below.
The sewers of all places.
Below.
Like there was such a massive shaft that I'm surprised half this city is in a sinkhole at this point.
Yeah.
It was deep.
It appears that the Lady of Light had a custom prison of her own.
He walks over and the same bookshelf kind of rotates through. He pulls out a book, flies it over to the table, begins to flip some
She
pages.
wasn't, but that wasn't built in a day when that thing showed up.
You're having this conversation. Feel free to... Do you want to ask me?
Oh! Do you want to have this conversation now?
Sure.
What the hell was that? Why does Aurora have a demon cellar?
I'm pretty sure we found out when we fought them.
Yeah, if that was one of its tenants, I don't want to know what the other ones were like.
Exactly. That had to take some time to build. That wasn't just summoned up.
Exactly.
So either the Sundering was a lot worse than, what anyone ever expected. It probably was. Or two, Aurora, made some preemptive moves.
I'd say a good one from the look of it.
Practical.
And look what
but
still happened.
is that really something a goddess of light and I don't know what else. That's all I know about her. A goddess of light would do?
I don't think that mortals are truly capable of gauging the minutiae of gods.
I think we might need to start trying.
At this point, Uldrif moved a book over to the table and begins flipping through it, and you start seeing, you especially, similar pictures of architecture that James also had copies of from the below and kind of some of the structures of old Samor. And as he's flipping through, you can see a few pages, and then he gets to one, he goes, we said a prison, right?
Indeed.
To your point, Aurora, though she was the Lady of Light, was a skilled tactician. Whether this prison was constructed before its need or during its need, I can't speak to, but I wouldn't put it past her. Seems most manuscripts about her speak to her shrewdness, so stands to reason. Though this creature you speak of, if you just found it and it was being kept for all those years, it's somewhere in the range of 600 years old. Do you happen to bring a piece of it? Anything that I could use to study such an entity that was able to survive that long?
I'm gonna look at 6.
I'm holding it.
Moves around your hand.
It's very gross.
What do you carry, 6?
I require this.
I do not mean to take it from you. I merely wish to look it over for a moment.
And I'll tentatively display it in front of me.
He'll walk over to you. No magic, just looks at it.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
I think that's his whole job.
May I cast a spell to identify it?
You may.
Waves his hand, his eyes flash. Interesting. Does a different spell. Another orientation. Goes and gets a book off the shelf, lays it out. Yes, and for the next 10 minutes just begins like muttering an incantation. Then reaches out and looks at you and goes, I will have to touch this thing for a moment. He touches it, and as he does, his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he just stays there for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds go by.
You good?
That is fascinating artifact you carry. A malleability to be whatever desired. I've never seen anything like it.
It's a mimic tier. Aha!
You have need of this, and I understand it. Was this the creature you fought, or something that was just part of it?
It appeared to be part of it.
Do I know by name the creature now?
You would know. The aberration is something separate from this. This is not an aberration.
Okay.
This is closer akin to a construct than an aberration. And so, as you kind of think of that, it's you don't know the name of the other thing. You just know it was a mutation of some aberration.
Yeah. I'll just, an aberration was connected to it. And I have removed it.
Seems that potentially there was a symbiosis between these two entities.
To be frankly honest with you, bits of it were still kind of going around down there. If you're willing to put in a commission, I can go fetch you some of it.
I thought that we eliminated all parts of it.
There were still parts moving on the ground.
Scooted it into the moonbeam.
A few of it.
Okay.
It was a large
A lot of
creature.
little
There
bits.
might be pots still down there, but I'd be careful with physical touch of it. I will go ahead and minor illusion what the creature looked like in its fullness.
You do. He's. Oh my.
Oh my.
And if it also helps, I do still have the wounds it left on me.
I see that. Well,
Highly recommend that it be destroyed entirely, though.
I would agree entirely. However, it seems that it needs to be reacquired to be destroyed. Do you need to go down to where it is to fully destroy it? Do you have the means to be able to do so?
I'm out of teleport.
You have any fire? Anything that can spew fire?
Or anything really holy.
Radiant damage is the big.
He laughs and goes, there's not much holy here in the way that you would wish it to be. There are many unholy things. This is the purview of my study. But those things are destroyed when they are done being studied. So I don't think I have anything that would aid your specific mission. However, if you wish to take some time and bring this to me, I would be happy to put forward 200 gold for the inconvenience of going back there and getting this.
You got like a really big Ziploc bag or something?
No, but I do have this. And he goes over and reaches into a bag and kind of fumbles around and goes, and pulls out a smaller bag and goes, this, and he opens it and you can look inside. It's just a void. He goes, this is a bag of colding. It is not as big as a bag of holding, but it can store items and keep them from decaying. Effectively a stasis. Consider this on loan.
Yoink.
Hands it to you. To be returned with the bits and bobs of this thing.
Got it. Dang it. I was hoping to keep that.
Any chance you wouldn't happen to have anything that could charge a spell of teleport so that we could get there and out quickly? It was the below is very deep.
Understandably so.
James did say there were like some stairs somewhere else. So
He was referring to the stairs that were around the cylinder, kind of like spiraling down. Those are the stairs he took.
Oh, so that doesn't lead to like surface somewhere else?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Balls.
Uldrif just kind of looks and goes, I do not have a way safely of giving you a teleport or empowering an item you have. I would suggest maybe just resting and going at it tomorrow. You've done quite a lot in a day that I am greatly appreciative of, but no need to exhaust yourselves. So, right. While I have you all here, can I bring another request to your attention? I mentioned the city of Pafford last time we spoke. There's a particular item there that I have put in a request to the college for a sum of money to be able to pay a group such as yourself to go and acquire and bring back. Not quite sure the actual efficacy of the item, but I have only known it in writing as a Staff of Decay. Something that was wielded by Thurin the Mad, the old ruler of Pafford, before he plunged it into a nightmarish realm of darkness. So, if you all would be willing to go and retrieve this, I would put forward a sum of 5,000 gold pieces for your group, as well as continued access to my study. And we've earned quite a bit of trust between us over these past few, can't believe it, but days. You've proven yourself to be quite an efficient group. I think that we could all benefit from deeper ties to each other. So, consider this my final test, if you will. Retrieve the staff to me, and we'll have deeper conversation about how we can help each other. Perhaps looking into this item you wish to use for your own purposes, I can help with. But I have a secondary reason for you going to Pafford. While under my purview is the Staff of Decay, as something as an evil item that needs to be studied and destroyed. Pafford was a city of great export. It had quite a culinary base. It exported many spices throughout the realms for culinary and medicinal uses, but it also, because of its proximity to the Desert of Fire, was an exporter of powerful glass. Its name has been lost, but in ancient days they used to make glass that could absorb the power of the very sun and store it. It was heavily utilized in the northern realms to create evergreen greenhouses in the frozen north that plants and tropical fauna could grow, even though it would be nigh impossible for it to be done otherwise. Bathhouses were made, a modicum of different uses, but they also had an interesting connection to a particular gem I'm interested in. Kind of looks over, opens a cabinet, and floats out a familiar pink crystal that goes tumbling across the room, and he kind of holds it in his hand. A sizable crystal, probably this large, and it is a sun crystal.
There's a whole lot of these around.
These are very rare, and you've seen this before?
Something similar.
Like, are they the same?
But that is probably
Sun
the
crystal.
largest I've
One
seen.
that the sun crystal spell storing.
I hold it up. The one that I have.
The one that you have, he looks to you, looks to the rest of you.
I present like the sun shards that we collected. I had planned on studying these in my free time.
Do you still have the actual sun crystal from the box? Would you?
It's from
The puzzle box only also had a shard of sun crystal. It was
yeah.
not a fully formed sun crystal, just a shard.
I present the shard.
Yeah. Uldrif looks at it, looks at your more faceted one. Ever more capable the more we converse. The gem he has in his hand goes flying back to the shelf and closes. Where did you come across these gems that you hold?
We've had a lot of adventures in a lot of different places.
Deep, dark, dank caves, mostly.
The one I had was in the lab, right?
Was in the Cult of Nex lab, where you fought the Nexian ooze that they had made.
Deep and dank. Yeah. Mostly related to cult activities.
Yeah, I'll relay that. I also found this in the laboratory.
The Cult of Nex laboratory.
Yes.
Interesting. And yours?
Won it.
What?
What?
Won it in an auction.
Oh, that's right.
Interesting. Looks over to Devlin and goes, Devlin, I don't recall you mentioning any sun crystals coming onto the market. Devlin goes, it never came on the market. I assume it was... Looks over to you and goes, you bought that puzzle box, didn't you?
Give a wink.
He looks at Uldrif. Uldrif kind of gets a smirk on his face. One of the first smirks you've seen him have. Just, well done. Interesting. I was going to save this conversation for later, but I don't find it coincidence that these sun crystals have been turning up more and more. I've come by some as I've tracked down Malconvokers and others who would hold powerful evil magic items. They increasingly have these crystals on them. And now you find some in a auction. You find some in a lab dedicated to the god of serpents. There are many chess pieces moving across the land of Iridia as we speak. These sun crystals, I believe, have a vital part to play. Now, knowing that these are familiar to you, I think that we can have a more in-depth conversation. The Staff of Decay is my primary purpose on the guise, or rather, It is a guise for my deeper purpose. My role at the school is to find magical items that are evil. This is an evil magical item, but Pafford was a major exporter of sun crystals in ancient times, and I wonder if there is a cache of them still. Go, find the staff, but more importantly, find any crystals. Bring them here, that we may keep them in this safe space, out of hands that would use it for evil. That is my request. And because of our friendship and trust, I said 5,000 gold for the trip. That is the payment that the school has allowed, but I will tack on an extra 5,000 gold pieces of my own personal interest for you to deliver these sun crystals.
And if we require sun crystals for our later adventures, for items.
An exchange can be made, but I imagine that while I do see you all as very capable individuals, you may need a more trained eye to incorporate them into whatever devices you wish to use in the future. So, I would nominate myself for that in our circle of trust, as most of the individuals that have these crystals are evil.
My fault.
There's a candelabra on the wall that you were like grabbing and like poof, comes off the wall. He's like, but having them in more capable, safe hands would make me feel easier.
There is another individual that, granted, you might not know personally too well, but I do trust her with my life as well as I trust her knowledge, and that is Archmage Cassandra.
Cassandra Delvive of Tequilda.
Indeed.
She was always a bright one. She was before my time of being here at the college. However, her exploits proceeded.
Wait, how old is Uldrif?
Uldrif is in his like late 60s.
Okay, never mind. He just said before his time at the college.
Yeah, before his time at the college.
Like,
Yeah.
But how old is she really?
I'll say Orphan?
Gordon, you good? He looks to you, or good. So
She did mention that she had taken an interest in getting to know a little bit more about you, as well as you are clearly an enigma. But I would be willing to act as an olive branch between communication between you and her, if that is something that you are open to as well.
if she has information in connection with these sun crystals, then we very much should have a conversation, albeit at a distance, as the predicament I have already discussed with you all. Consider the olive branch received.
Thank you, Uldrif.
An enigma. It's one of the nicer terms I've been called in recent years. So, I take that. Any questions you have for me about Pafford, or anything else you wish to know of the area?
Just as a fellow toucher of less than holy staffs, is the staff decay something that we can carry without repercussions?
I don't know,
Promising.
but I'll leave it in your very capable hands to figure out how to get it here.
Alright, dibs.
What are the chances it affects a construct? Who knows?
Who knows?
That's what Mage Hand is for.
Touching the magical thing is awful.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, if you have more questions, my door is mostly open for you all. Just find me if you need me. But an agreement has been struck. Take your time. There's no rush on the Pafford excursion. Though, please do return at haste with the inherent aberration problem in the below. Wouldn't want that becoming an above problem.
Agreed.
I actually have one last question. Since we are, buddies and chums in his room now, would you be open to hosting a conversation for our party at some later date? A private conversation?
I believe I could oblige.
Corvum's eyebrow rises.
Which
Regarding-
dog.
Alright, I appreciate it. I, put up the candlelight.
What do you mean by that?
Regarding Abaddon.
Mildly.
I'll ask you above the table, truthfully. Did you put the staff away before you came up here, or you just been walking?
Oh, it is absolutely away.
Okay.
1,000,000,000%.
Cool. It's in the bag with
Yeah, I
Kinia.
am not stupid.
Okay. Kinia has that in her bag, which is curious. But I can oblige that and can take the necessary steps needed to make sure the conversation held at hand is discreet. And I appreciate the disclosure. Happy
Yeah.
to help in any way I can, and trust is earned by being honest. So, let's be honest.
Yeah, working on that. I will, I'm gonna take a few steps back to the door.
I'm sorry, Six. Did you say Abaddon? Do I know who Abaddon is?
You would know who Abaddon
Okay,
is.
yeah.
Yes, from your
This is part of-
background and study, yeah. This is Abaddon, the god of selfish ambition, who is. I'm trying to summarize. Your closest interaction was with the Cambion, that stated that they were trying to bring Abaddon back.
Did they state that?
Mm-hmm.
Kenya and Diana were having a conversation about Abaddon.
Snitch.
Narder.
You absolute narc.
Diana.
Yes.
We're going to have this conversation soon, correct?
Most likely. I need to do a little bit of research, but
Why?
yes.
Why do we need to do a little bit of research, and why do we need to talk to an Abaddon?
Do you know who Abaddon is?
Vaguely. The research is pertaining to that.
Uldrif calls out and goes, "Have you studied the books that I sent you?
Snitch.
You asked for them."
I'm gonna rumble in ours. Working
Honesty
on that.
is important here, Diana.
Ooh.
Not quite. I've been a little busy with the tasks ahead.
Understandable. So, well,
I vaguely skimmed it. It does not have pictures, so that was a bit.
unfortunately, not many books of that age do.
Like they couldn't even get like those funny medieval-looking drawings or nothing. Just straight text. But I'm working on it.
Well, I will leave
Slow
you.
blinks.
I will leave you.
Can a girl have hobbies?
Eye twitches.
Witchcraft. Just give him a Ouija board.
Yeah, of course.
Keyboard.
What could go wrong?
Sponsored by Hasbro.
Uldrif kind of seems to be done with the conversation and is nodding to you all to leave, and kind of opens the door.
I require maintenance.
Yes, we are definitely going to get you some proper maintenance, and I'm actually very curious about the thing, the symbiote the biote that you have currently. I have a few ideas, and I'm curious if you would be willing to help me with this.
Potentially. My design wasn't construction in this way, but I may be able to.
Diana, come with me in 6.
Do you have any potions of poison resistance on you, Uldrif?
You asked me this once before, and I do not.
I'm coming.
We're going to work on 6's maintenance and a few other projects. So Sadi, Kinia, Loston, any of you interested in any of the potential plans that I might have?
Loston is like, well, that was crazy, and I very much would like a drink, and to not see any of you for a little bit. So
That tracks.
I'm gonna go pass out. Kenny goes, I need a nap. I can't do the things I normally do because I'm tired. That was a lot.
Yes, it was. Good job.
Yeah.
You've had pats.
Okay. And she goes over to you and goes, I'm so sorry. I was not any of it intentional, and I'll make it up to you. I'm sorry.
Wow. That's alright. This was coming eventually. Not quite ready for it, but it'll be alright.
Oh, I was talking about drowning you in sewage water.
Oh, that! Oh, yeah, that's gonna be... Yeah, you need to apologize for that. You owe me big time.
Well, I just apologized.
Yeah,
and
a little more than just apology. Yeah,
Oh,
poop got
okay.
in my mouth. Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna...
That was you opened your mouth. That was your own fault.
You sunk in the doo-doo bowl. But anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Prisoners know you want to go.
This is me.
I've already been
cosplaying
told not to fight in this room, so I'm trying my best.
You all exit the chamber. Where would you all like to go stay? As you are currently without a residence here in this city.
I mean, we could stay with the clerics. It's free.
Yep. Make your way to the Church of
It
Aurora.
is free.
It's free 99.
Free 99 is great. You make your way.
Sacred ground.
Sacred ground.
Hey, you're not-
It's Diana's favorite.
You're not truly evil right now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't burst into flames.
Should start,
Yeah.
I suppose.
You make your way to the Church of Aurora. Rooms are allocated for you very quickly. A familiar room is allocated to you, and feels a lot
was
more
a-
like home.
Absolute baddie over there. Some paladin.
Oh, Cathala.
Oh, yes.
6 foot tall elven
That'd be the one.
warrior with a greatsword.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Yeah.
I guess a return. I'm gonna flex triumphantly.
You flex and Cathala's like, hey, you didn't die.
I didn't. It was... Yeah.
She...
Soul-sucking demon thing. It was awful. But, we did it.
As you walk closer, she goes, you don't smell like sewer. Not what I was expecting.
Magic.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
I was gonna say, you don't strike me as the magical type.
I'm not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But,
Soul-sucking demon.
yeah, I will tell you more about it once they're getting chewed out by my circuit father, probably.
Don't let me get in the way of that.
Wish you would.
Walks away. You all make your way to... there's... Each of you has an individual room. However, if you would like to hang out in the mess hall, you could do that. Or if you want to commandeer a room and have conversations, you are more than welcome to do so.
I'll commandeer a room, sit Diana down while Does 6 need assistance with maintenance? And if so, is there anything that you would need to...
I am the only one qualified for my repairs.
Understood. In the meantime, could you tell me a little bit about the biota? And Diana, you are going to sit there quietly for right now until I decide to have a discussion with you about trust and honesty.
Yeah.
There's the capability to shape into different objects, albeit tools or containers or anything of the sort.
Interesting. So let's say it doesn't have to be organic. It could be truly any, let's say, weapon, for example.
Correct. Given we have the proper materials.
And what would you say we would need in order for that to happen?
Likely a metal that can contain some, what you would call magical power.
Would metal from an Ashari ship work? That is the right word. Right?
Qatari.
Qatari. From a Qatari ship.
There is a Qatari ship nearby.
Not nearby, but I know where there is one.
That should be suitable.
Is there a way for you to actually break down the metal and mold it?
Yes.
Okay. Plans are coming along. The plan that I had for you was something that I thought would be very fascinating if I thought that you earned it.
Does fighting a soul-sucking demon not earn me anything?
Does not telling us about Abaddon earn it?
To be fair, I've got nothing to tell you. I don't know much yet.
Diana, I am trying. I am doing the best that I can. But you really, really have to work with me here. I do want to see you thrive, succeed. I want to see you achieve. I want to see you not be possessed by an evil snake god.
It's one time. Alright, fine. Fine. No, fine. What do you want to know?
Tell me everything you know about Abaddon and anything connected to it.
He's the god of ambition, and a campaign is trying to bring him back. That's it.
At this time.
You mean the one that we killed?
In the background, sparks.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you guys. Yeah, so the one that we killed, you talked to it.
When did I talk to it?
Well, clearly you must have talked to it. If
She brought it up. As Rusty said, he brought it up.
She said it as she was on the ground, being pummeled by all of you before she transformed into a giant dragon and attempted to fly away, and then y'all also killed her.
fair enough. Got me there.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Since we're all sharing, I'll share a little bit. So,
Try harder than that.
as you all know, Lucian is my little half-brother from my mother's side. My mother was apparently sacrificed to cultists trying to resurrect Abaddon, and a certain someone claimed that power of Abaddon for himself. So everything involving the Cambion, Abaddon, and anything interconnected to it, I'm very interested in knowing.
Oof. Did not know that.
Yeah, that's why we're sharing.
Alright, fine. I got a hunch, alright? As Uldrif said, sun crystals, gods, everything relating to the shattering is becoming a lot more frequent, right? So, I got to thinking, what if another shattering is going to be happening soon? Sundering. Dang it! Another sundering. You named it the Shattering. That has a better ring to it.
Wow, someone likes Elden Ring.
I like it. That's exactly why I get it. Dang it, you're right. Okay, the Sundering. Man, dang. I wonder why that name's sticking in my head. Okay, anyway. The Sundering. I feel like another Sundering is fast approaching. And if we're going to be speaking honestly... Sadi, are you in the doorway?
I'm just in the room, man.
Alright, is the door closed?
Door's closed.
Yeah.
There's the sound of whirring and metal being like ground down as Six is like
My carapace in my head has split open, and I'm kind of like...
yeah, like fixing things. Yeah, it's a sight to behold, but there is kind of a droning going on in the background in addition to the door being closed.
Alright. So, I drew a card from the Deck of Fates a long while ago. Back when I went and visited my master. And what that card was the card of Fates. I think, right? That's the word of it?
And on that card, it told me my own fate, what I was destined to do. And that destiny was to kill a god. Now, I'm sure as you all know, I am a human, and I'm not very magically inclined. Which means, odds are like in our favor, that the gods, one way or the other, are going to be coming to me. Right here on our mortal plane. I don't know what god that is, but considering all the events that we've seen so far, if a sundering is truly going to happen, Abaddon, Nex, maybe even Aurora, if they're all going to duke it out, we already know how that's going to end. So, I think it prudent to start taking some steps to even the odds a little bit. And I think Abaddon, being the god of selfish ambition, can be very easily swayed into perhaps joining our cause. So, I'm doing what I can to learn a little bit about him and how possibly we could use him.
You want to use the god of ambition.
Yes.
How?
Working on that.
Okay.
Like I said, this was not a conversation I was particularly ready to have just yet. But I reach into, I don't know, like I've got a backpack. You know, it's some
little backpack.
You know, just carrying it in my butt cheeks. I set down the Tome of Abaddon and give you a little. Just gonna skim through this, see what I could learn.
Corvin will pick up the book and start reading through it immediately.
It is filled to the brim with information about Abaddon, the cult of Abaddon that followed in the Sundering, post-Sundering, but it is a tome, so you could both spend significant hours reading over this with some checks to gain information about it.
I know you.
Should I look at the tome?
Yes, 6.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, just go ahead and open up again. And I will enhance my ability, so I have advantage on intelligence
There you go.
checks.
And I'll
Yep.
give 6 guidance.
Nice. Okay, enhance ability, guidance, make an intelligence check.
That's not bad.
Hey, it's
Plus
pretty good.
guidance.
Yep.
Guide me.
Guide me!
You got it.
Guideth me.
Guide it.
Ah, not great, but
Unguided.
1.
That's not bad. 25.
That's not bad at all. 25.
That is so horribly concerning how quickly you're able to do that.
The next, we'll say 30 minutes, which is not a lot of time, but considering that you're not even having to read, you're just scanning every page as you're flipping, 30 minutes to go through probably a 700-page tome that's like this big. And you finish, a little bit of dust kicks off, set it down. You've read the whole book.
What do you wish to know?
Wow. Okay. I guess we're doing this now. What? Well, this is going to be a pretty stupid idea, but what drives Abaddon? Like, what spurs him to action?
Essentially, Abaddon is motivated by ambition. His ambition is to become as powerful, to have the most control, the many things that all ambitious people want, more power. And as it relates to the Sundering, the whispers are that Abaddon had a conversation with Nex, or at least a connection to him, where essentially an exchange was made of Nex asking for the aid of Abaddon and his forces in order to conquer Iridia, in which case Abaddon would get power, items, notoriety across the realms, potentially even a slave labor force of his own with the mortal people that were there on the realm at that time who weren't killed. But more than that, Abaddon is the god of selfish ambition, is also the god of the bottomless pit, and delights in the ambition of individuals trying to escape that pit for all eternity. And so those individuals that live or die, doesn't matter, as long as he can gather them to his pit and take his sick satisfaction from that. So a little bit more than just what motivates him. He's a complex individual. There's a lot of things that motivate him.
Misery, ambition,
Yeah,
and getting over on something, essentially.
exactly.
How does a member from Abaddon's cult siphon the power directly from him in order to essentially replace him?
Pretty sure that's not in there.
Yeah, you look in that, nothing about that. At all.
No results found.
404.
Like Wikipedia. Control F, how do I do this?
Kill a god. Does not. Okay.
Alright.
Unfortunately, nothing from Six's research points to any indication that Abaddon can even be deposed as a god. But you do gather some information, Six, about how people come to prominence in the cult. Obviously, as a god of ambition, members do many things to the extreme in order to gain notoriety within the cult and gain recognition from Abaddon.
Rituals, feats of strength, and contracts are typically where many of the individuals gain their power.
What kind of rituals?
They are very well put. Feats of strength, the attainment of power, whether through defeat in battle of stronger entities or the assimilation of other entities' powers. Some of that is done through copulation of two very powerful entities to try to create a even stronger progeny, which is also a part of the cult's rituals. But the assimilation sticks out to you because particularly of what you know about how your mother died.
I understand that Abaddon, you might have a very rocky, relationship at the current moment. But
Not particularly Abaddon, to be
just,
fair.
in general, it gives you a bad taste in your mouth, I get it. But if my hunch is even remotely correct, I think keeping a sundering from occurring is likely the biggest concern right now. I mean, you're a champion of the Silver Hand now, right?
Correct.
And I've seen both Nex, I've seen Aurora, and that's something that doesn't typically have happened in the last 600 years, so I feel like we're running out of time. So, the enemy of an enemy may not be a friend, but a problem that we can deal with at a later time.
The likelihood of him taking any opportunity to betray would be likely.
What exactly would you offer a god like that to aid us?
That's something I cannot currently say in this room. That would have to be a conversation we have in a more secure location.
Such as...
Uldrif study. That's... Huh. Fair.
But
Okay, but...
we'll do this. And I reach out and pull out another fat stone. And I will slide it over to 6. Do whatever the hell that was.
I read the book.
Go for it the same.
Because I did not see him scan the walls. I didn't know you could do that. That is...
I'll give guidance to 6 again.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Ah!
It's a 6.
Plus 3.
Gosh.
Boo, 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 boo.
Enhance ability is strong.
32?
32 again?
Yeah.
Good lord.
My second 32.
Okay.
I'm a smart fella.
He's a smart guy.
What do you want to know?
You ever seen like them like Chuck E. Cheese ticket eaters? I just might just
bruh.
stick the book.
That is a deep cut.
Hey.
Wow. Yeah, what do you want to know?
What do you want to know? What is this book that I just read?
That is a similar book, but relating to necks.
Oh.
And as I said before, it's not particularly something I can ask right now, but what does necks have?
Have?
As in objects of power?
Own.
Own in objects of power. There's a smattering of smaller artifacts or magical items, more so things that were made by servants of Nex as ways to curry favor with Nex. But there's one item that Nex himself made for his champion, and that is the Staff of Nex. And as 6 gives the description of what the staff looks like, in all of your minds, it is the exact same description of the staff that you have been carrying with you since near the beginning of the campaign.
Lovely.
My first thought, I would like to pull out my painter's kit, just flip it silently, and I will doodle. It is a snake in a hole.
Okay.
And I will take that, crumple it up, burn that.
I mean, I see where this is going.
Could I roll like an insight to figure out what the hell Diane is trying to convey?
Yeah, inside check.
Can I do so at disadvantage?
Sure.
Strange motions detected. Wow.
You're really killing it, man.
My
14?
insight.
14.
A 13.
13. 14 and 13 on the insight. Diana, roll a performance check.
That's a 2.
A 2.
No, wait, you said performance?
Performance.
It's a 1.
A 1. It is...
I'm just literally like, clearly I'm cooking here.
Yeah, it is... It's a circle, and there's a squiggle.
I'm not good at drawing.
It's not being conveyed.
Alright.
I'm just sitting here like,
Yeah, totally. Like,
It
yeah.
appears to be
Can I
a
like
worm.
grab some objects from like around the room and like make a circle with them on the floor? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take Diana by the shoulders, and then just push Diana into the. This is a hole.
Okay. Oh.
dot, dot, dot. Hey!
Diana is in a circle.
Diana is in a metaphorical hole, and something else can be in a metaphorical hole.
Does that bring you joy, perhaps, at my misery?
What misery? I'm trying to help you since you're squiggles.
That is a work of art. Anyone will get that. And look at
Yeah, put it right on the pantry.
I didn't get it. But I
Wow.
get that you
Okay.
tried your best. And that is okay. That is sometimes...
It's okay. I understood, Diana. I can understand your artistic vision.
My art at the monastery must have been so foul.
I mean, that was a lot of like, you know, tracing design and
Cranes and stuff.
I mean, it was
Crappy looking bird.
it was abstract, you know.
yeah, abstract's a word. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, do you get it now?
Yes.
Perfect.
And we can't talk about that here because he's likely listening.
We don't know.
Oh, God.
I can understand why she asked for some privacy before.
My other question. I know you didn't read this book thoroughly.
Yeah.
Where did you get your other information about Abaddon? Because I have a personal hunch of my own.
You stated a Cambion earlier.
Yeah, we fought one. And she was blabbing about her god of ambition.
Can I take a wild guess as to who this Cambion might be? Because I've been suspicious about it for a while.
Sure, take on.
Is it Gwen?
Insight check.
Deception.
I'm giving myself guidance.
I'm looking at you.
Deception.
Were you using your inspiration for that?
I most certainly am. And I think I'm gonna roll a luck dice while I'm at it.
20.
Fuck me. Alright, this is really gonna have to be something good.
Damn.
Shit out that. Alright, yep, so about 13. Yeah.
13. What does Corvum see through Diana's... No, not Gwen.
Probably not Gwen. Hasn't been confirmed yet.
There's a bit of a
Corvum does this number.
shiftiness of the eyes. Maybe there's not a whole truth being stated.
Is there a reason why you feel the need to lie to me again? Or is it that you just don't trust me?
There's a reason.
Is the reason something that you can't state here, but something you could state at Uldrif's?
The reason is that I am outnumbered, and y'all probably won't take too well to the answer.
You know that doesn't exactly instill a lot of trust, right?
Yeah, I'm very aware of that doesn't instill trust. Why do you think I don't want to say anything?
Yeah, but the fact that you're like, yeah, is that, you know, I'm being untrustworthy. Trust me.
It might be a Cambion.
Okay,
It's like, I'm being untrustworthy. You can trust me.
fine.
Does that make sense to you?
Alright. And if she was the Cambion, how would you feel about that?
Well, first I'd feel betrayed that you lied to me.
Well, you know, that's not a big surprise.
Second, I'd feel disappointed that you lied to me.
It's a running thing.
Third, upset again that you felt the need to keep the truth from me.
So,
Lied 3 times. Look, lying to you is not really my strong suit. God, I wish I was a better liar. But that wasn't really taught at the monastery. But I will tell you this, that despite what you may think, I do have this party's best interests in mind, as well as to the tribulations of what's likely to come. And I don't think the Cambion, or Gwen, if you will, needs to be our enemy. at the moment.
Persuasion.
You know I'm not good at that.
I'm trying to speak with a heart here. I'm not a tech-savvy dude. Alright. That's a natural 20, though.
Did you use your luck dice?
I
Or-
did. What do you think?
I'm just asking
and my
because you're rolling with
negative-
advantage, and so I was just.
Going
Me and
to
my
set-
negative 1 dice?
I was gonna set the DC to like 16.
You're the one who can call the DC.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I am speaking for the heart here, trying my best here. But yes, my
No, the dice tell a story.
my persuasion's a negative 1.
It's a natural 20 for a 19.
But it still passes.
The 16, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Get an ulcer from all this freaking stress.
no more lies. Please. I am begging you. If I am... I want to be the best father I could possibly be for you. And
Schwip. It is the card Gwyn gave me.
I pick it up.
Don't burn that.
Just has Guinevere Marigold written across it in like gold script.
Eye twitches again. Right. Thank you, Diana.
We have currently an ongoing negotiation
That I will now be a part of.
that you will now be a part of.
Why?
Guinevere, as book reader here said, her goal is to bring back Abaddon, naturally. And if we were to, currently either assist or, I guess, more possibly not hinder that attempt, that Abaddon will keep out of the Sundering. Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. But I feel if we were to assist her in this endeavor, squiggle in a hole, just be you in a squiggle, this might be on the table, as well as the death of that trauma thing you got going on there with Abaddon.
Oh, please, I'm not the only one with trauma here.
I guess I got you there.
I wouldn't call it trauma, it's just doing what's, I think, necessary for the survival of everything and us.
Right. Six, did that book mention anything about how to kill a Cambion?
No.
Do I know anything about how to kill a Cambion?
No.
But I do know someone who does. And I tap the card again.
The Cambion itself.
A Cambion. How do you kill a Cambion?
I mean, that's what she offered me or suggested. And my job was to not particularly get y'all aligned with this plan, but at the very least, try my best. Because, there's a whole murder plot or, case that she's got against her right now. And if I'm being completely honest, since we don't really have any real way to kill a Cambion, and God knows we tried the first time, having her alter ego Gwyn compromised and she being scattered off to the wind is less useful than knowing where she is, what she's doing, and how her moves would affect our own. Knowledge is what we really need right now. And even though it's a bitter pill to swallow, we can't waste the hindsight of the first Sundering.
You're correct. And you do know what another hard pill is going to be to swallow, though, right?
Go ahead.
You know I have to tell Cassandra all of this, correct?
If you do,
having the understanding and backing of the party would be needed.
Correct. Which comes with... starts with a T.
Transparency? Turtles?
That works!
Oh, thank God, okay.
Hold
You
the
know-
SAT word.
Good talk.
Am I still required?
Actually, yes, because I do need help analyzing these sun crystals a little bit more in detail. If
You want to roll it back, right?
Yeah.
About how much downtime do we
Good
have
job.
till the next excursion?
I really wish I had King here. God, that was a struggle.
You did great. That was awesome.
You did!
As far as downtime you have before Pafford, you have
I wish I had King
it
here.
never works.
I will never stop trying.
Never works.
I'd rather die. Not throw things at the trash can.
or the dice tray.
Right.
I'm not good at throwing things.
It's apparent. But
Only good at throwing like combats.
against your own
Yeah.
thing.
Specifically.
You don't have a timeline of when you need to go to Pafford, just when you can. You do need to go probably tomorrow back down to the below and get the sample, destroy what's left of that aberration. But you have time to do that, and would probably behoove you to take a long rest.
I can study the crystal later. I have something I must take care of.
Understood. I'll take the moment to look over the spell from the... what's it called? Something Mind Siphon?
Aster's Mind
Aster's
Siphon.
Mind Siphon.
Go ahead and make a intelligence check.
I burned through
I
all
will
my
also
lucky dice.
return to my quarters
Okay.
and work on the crystal.
Got it.
Making it.
You also make an intelligence check. Do you have any more spell slots?
Yes, I have a
Ability?
4th level spell slot to
Okay.
enhance my own ability.
Yep. I was gonna say, because I was like, you did it last session before the fight. You did it this session, and then this will be the third time you cast.
Funny enough, I had a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th level spell slot left
Nice.
because I was
Wow.
concentrating the whole time.
Yeah. On.
one.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm understanding Jack from this.
What'd you roll?
Was it
I
2
trust that
plus 2,
conversation
4,
will stay
4.
within this room. We are in a very dangerous place for me.
Just
So
flat
I
intelligence.
Yes.
18.
really appreciate your, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not secrecy, but tolerance. Aurora preaches tolerance, right?
Yeah. You know what?
She's a shrewd woman, as I've learned.
I think your candidness deserves some respect and secrecy.
That being said,
Some breathing room.
if you could, drop a certain spell that you've got attached on me, would be
Oh yeah, right.
great.
Not gonna lie, I forgot about that. Just,
I didn't.
just like, I think you heard it.
I don't have a
Yeah.
lot of what I would call trauma, but people
Okay, well that's a lie.
messing with my mind has been a bit of a sore spot as a reason. So if you could refrain never doing that again, that would be great.
Two truths and a lie.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll drop that.
Yeah. I am gonna go get a drink and settle my nerves and maybe flirt with the paladin a bit.
Got it. There's no drinks here at the church.
Is there not communal wine?
There is communal wine
Is that not
for
a drink?
communion.
I will go in there and make a confession.
We'll get to that in a second. With an 18 on your intelligence check to work with the crystal, you begin to work with the jeweler's kit to start sawing and cutting the stone. You're making like micro cuts, and the difficulty of this is not it's partially going to be doing it correctly, but you have very rigid mechanical movements that are controllable as opposed to a more organic individual. However, the issue more so comes from as you cut into this, since it is already faceted with a purpose, you are now having to avoid the arcane lines within this crystalline structure, that as you cut, you can see you're starting to get a spark of a tether being severed, and you have to cut around that. And you have to, so it's not going to come out polished and smooth yet. You have to get it into chunks, and then you can begin to work it down into what you need. So you accomplish the first check of this. You'll need 2 additional checks.
How much time did that take?
That took 4 hours to do.
You good?
Because you were doing this, like you have lenses that go in front of your lenses, and then you're just like,
Yep.
Thank
Okay.
God you're a robot, man. 'cause
and just keep going back and forth, but with all the meticulousness of a robot.
About what time of day is it?
At this point, it's probably 9 p.m.
Okay.
Between the conversation and running up and back and forth and everything in this, you're probably about 9 p.m. when you finish that. To you, with your, what'd you roll? 4 total?
Yeah.
4 total on looking at Aster's Mind Siphon. It is, what are the languages you speak?
I can technically,
Speak any language because of tongues?
I can speak. Well, I can understand like most things due to like
That's probably the better way to ask. What languages can you understand?
Common and Infernal.
It is not written in a language you understand, and that's part of the problem. And you're with that roll, you have no idea what language it's written.
Would I be able to use?
You said you understood a lot of languages. You have Common and Infernal. That's 2.
That's too much.
I have a spell for that. Thank you.
I'm like, no, we don't.
If I can find it. Comprehend languages. There we go.
Comprehend languages. I'm just trying to remember. Does comprehend languages only spoken? You hear or see signed. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes 1 minute to read 1 page of text, and the duration is an hour. Which you could look over this whole thing. Important note: the spell does not decode symbols or secret messages. So, this is written in a language that you don't understand. This is written in Celestial. As you read through this, you understand the writing of the language and the notes written around it. There are several symbols within it, and you're able to identify what those symbols are outside of just the notes in the text. And so that will allow you on future checks to specifically target those symbols.
Okay.
Because they are arcane symbols that have to be unraveled to understand what their like base essence is to build this spell, so to speak, in today's context. The way that you know and understand magic is different from how this individual understood magic, and so it's a bit of decoding into your own current native tongue, so to speak, as it relates to magic. So while an unsuccessful check in understanding more about it, you at least have more knowledge about how to go about solving it in the future because of the comprehend languages. So that also, we'll say, it's an hour of comprehend languages. Would you have cast it multiple times just to continue to look over it and turn it over?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say you burn a couple of spell slots for that and gain that information. About 9 p.m. for you. You go to get a drink. You go into the pantry and make your way in. A couple of people like look your direction, but they like know that you're here with Osadi, so they're kind of like, okay. You go into the pantry. You look around. There's a couple boxes. There's some breads and foods and things like that. You do see there is a couple bottles of wine that are kind of stacked in a corner of the pantry.
Well. I shall make myself a little sleight of hand check.
Go for it.
All right.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Dealing from a
That is a 17 plus 7. So,
Are you trying to burn?
You're trying.
you know, I had a long night.
That divine smite's gonna be legendary.
What was your total?
Let's see here. I think a 24.
Okay. 24. You swipe a bottle.
Yeah.
Put it in your pocket. And with an 18, Cathela comes around the corner and is like, "Oh, sorry. I saw you come this way. Why are you in the pantry?"
Transparency just runs through my mind. Transparency. You should show trust. Oh boy. I took a bottle of wine.
Of the communion wine. The wine meant for sacred rituals.
I had a long night. Okay.
For the church.
Yes, that'd be the one.
May I have it back, please?
May I have some of it first?
No. She takes it. She walks it back over, sets it down, and turns and looks at you. 'Cause I have something better.
Oh, thank God.
Come on. And just the total, like, just rigidity just drops. She's like, I'm just messing with you. Just follow me. She walks you back to her room. Very simple room, but there is, like, a couple of armor stands where she can put her armor, her weaponry. There's a grindstone where she can sharpen her weapons and things like that. Just general upkeep.
Practically identical to my room back at Keep Away.
Ah, well, you know, this armor isn't shiny because I just, you know, don't get dirty. I just decide to clean it every day, along with everything else I have. But I am, you know, Paladin of Aurora, but there's nothing expressly within her tenets that limit us from imbibing every so often, especially when one has had a difficult time. So, and just kind of reaches in her drawer and pulls out just this dark bottle, like, poof.
I have seen only a few dark bottles like this in my life, and one of them was...
It's been a long time since I've had this, but here. Pours a little bit for you, a little bit for her. And, like, the amount she pours is, like, this much. Like a sipper. Just corks it, puts it back down, and goes to soul-sucking ancient demons.
To transparency.
Takes a sip. And it is like, it is a smooth rum. It's like sweet and it's aromatic and it's wonderful. You swallow, and you're like, oh, it's good. Oh, and then it's just like, just heat bubbling through your chest and out your throat. You're like, trying to cool it down and nothing does. And she's also like,
Yeah, where'd you get this from?
Sorry, that's strong. I got it off a peddler who was coming from, where did they say? Bayham, that's what it was. Somebody up there made some good strong drinks.
That is a small world. I think I've actually met the person who made these kind of drinks.
Really?
I think, yeah, there was a drinking contest between him and who was it at the time?
Make a history check.
History check it is. Some elf. History check is in 12.
12. Loston and Dagon.
Yeah, Loston and Dagon. Dagon was, I think it was his son, was it? Father? Something like that. But there was almost an identical bottle to this.
Well,
I did not get to partake back then. So it's how things come around.
If you so happen to be in Bayham sometime and you can acquire me some, that'd be great.
I think I know a guy had. Do you still have some of that courtroom?
Don't look at me.
Corvin's
not here.
I might know a guy who is the reason why I am drinking so much tonight. But I know this might be a very silly question to ask, since this feels a little casual. But can you tell me a bit about Aurora?
Sure. What do you wish to know?
Just the very basics. I know very little about gods, and something tells me that I need to get up to snuff.
She kind of thinks for a second, and she's about to start, and then she goes, wait, So Asadi hasn't told you anything?
Not a thing, no. Me and him are on, I'm drinking for a reason.
He was never a good evangelizer, but he was very good at helping people. That's for certain. So,
Who right on the bus?
I won't give him too much flack, but...
I'm pretty sure I've heard him mention Aurora's name at least maybe 3 times since I've known him.
Well, that's great.
Mm,
I'll have to talk to him about that.
you should. Lovely.
Takes a sip.
Yeah, whatever.
Everybody's narking on each
Everyone's
other.
narking.
Do better.
Well, the basics. Aurora is part of a pantheon of gods that she would call her siblings. And while she was content for a time to exist with them, creating and destroying and reshaping and remaking worlds, she took it of her own accord to make her own world. And so she made Iridia. She's the progenitor of this realm. There are other gods who have made their way here and kind of taken up residence, or at least an interest. But, I mean, Iridia is only one of many realms that exist. But don't think about it too much. It bakes your noodle to try to consider that it's whack. Regardless, other gods came here. There's the Opal Matron. She's kind of like the goddess of nature. There's Hamal, the Silver Hand. He's more of like a patron.
I punched that guy.
Hamal?
Yeah, he blocked it, but the effort was made.
Sure. The drink must be getting to you already. That's funny. She takes a sip of her drink a little bit more.
One day I'm trying to be transparent and honest. No one believes me.
He's like, oh yeah, you punched a god. Sure.
Yeah.
Perhaps another way to give information about Aurora is to talk about her arch nemesis, Nex. Nex was one of those gods that was considered kin for a time at least.
Really?
But at least how we understand it, Nex was always jealous of Aurora because Nex had the ability to shape worlds out of stone, but his very gaze could turn things into stone, shape mountains, break mountains, is very powerful, but at the same time could not shape life, and always resented Aurora for her ability to do so, to fill a world with life. And so, as we understand it, he, as I said, resented her, but then sought to usurp her, take her place, and maybe gain the ability to give life.
Usurping her? Ha ha.
She just holds a straight face, reaches for the bottle, and I'm just messing with you. This is great. You are an interesting individual.
I'm certainly something.
That is true. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
I'm gonna fail. I'm not good at this. Oh my god! So we got a 16.
A 16.
Still in it.
You are not drunk. You are feeling tipsy. She is also not drunk, but she is feeling tipsy as well.
Hang on there.
So, I mean, that's Aurora, that's Nex. I guess you probably want to know about the Sundering too. I mean,
yeah, that helped. That helped. You have a very lovely voice. I don't know why I said that.
thank you. It's
Sorry.
the alcohol. It's the alcohol. Now it's overwhelming. Transparency. She kind of is taken aback by that, and then she's like, so the Sundering, essentially,
Not good at this.
gods, Aurora existed here on the material plane. She ruled the city of Samor for a time, and her temple there in the center of the city. But then, at some point, Nex, Abaddon, even this entity we call Vitala, made their way here to this realm.
That's new.
Yeah, Vitala. It's we don't fully understand it because they haven't been around, I guess, post-Sundering, but
That mainly means they're around somewhere at this point.
yeah, you ever heard legends of like people coming back from the dead, or like zombies and wraiths and things like that? Yeah, that's from them. That's their whole thing.
I thought Nex was a death god.
Well, Nex is death, killing things. This is the sustaining of things that are already dead for their own accomplishment and wiping out all life. Yeah. Nex is bad in his own right for sure, but Vitala is a whole nother force that we don't fully understand. Nex, we kind of have a sense of the reasons that he attacked Aurora in this realm. Vitala, we don't know.
They're a she, right? Like a goddess or a god? Which one?
We don't know.
Okay, so this.
I think most people refer to it as a she, but we don't actually know what it is. A force, an entity.
She like in this coalition with Nex, or was she like a third party to just running rampant around?
There are some texts that would answer that question, but we don't even have access to it. Those texts are buried in a high tower somewhere in that temple.
Do you mean like the tower?
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
like,
that one.
Yeah, that.
Okay,
There's so much knowledge there that we don't have access to because we're not allowed to go there. But nobody's allowed to go there. It's so frustrating. I just wish that we would be able to get some insight into our own religion. We were barred from even understanding more about our faith. I'm sorry. It just frustrates me that we, as an organization of faith, aren't even allowed to fully understand ourselves when the answer is literally right there.
Well, I can't make any promises, but our party has been known to be quite capable.
I know, and I know that you've been asked by our head to essentially do that, and more power to you. And if you do that, I won't condone it. But
is there anything in particular that you would want out of there?
Out of there?
Mm-hmm, personally.
What I would want?
Yeah,
out of the Temple of Aurora.
Transparency and all that.
You're serious?
I've done crazier things. And I will take a drink to that one.
She looks over, and you see her great sword hanging on the wall. Call it selfish. Avalas, the first king of Iridia, Samor, potentially even husband to Aurora. That's kind of left out.
You mean
We're
that
not quite
dude in
sure.
the statue with the chiseled chin and that?
Right?
He was a piece
Specimen.
of work, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow.
Man, they did him
Sculpted by
service.
the gods, some would say. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Wow, this alcohol is really getting to me. Anyway, he, like myself, was a lover of big, heavy swords. And before he took up the blade of Iridia, he had a great sword that was just known the Blade of Avalas. And I have no idea if it's still there, but if it is, oh man, that would be awesome. I would love to have that.
Consider it done.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Hey, I am a procurer of interesting weapons, so
Yeah.
even if I didn't know, I would have absolutely grabbed that if I saw it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what it looks like, but I'd assume it's big and shiny and made of gold or platinum.
I'm not even
like-
proficient in great swords.
It's gotta be cool. Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah,
It would have been,
yeah.
oh, God, I can imagine it.
Yeah. So if you find it, that'd be great.
You got it.
This bottle's yours.
You got it.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. Well, anyway, sorry. Were that the questions you had about Aurora?
Yeah, that'll do for especially one night. My mind's a little muddled with all this god talk.
Yeah.
This don't take this the wrong way, but I've only known a handful of elves before in my life, and they are very unpleasant to me. But this has been nice.
Yeah. I mean, you look at me, I don't look like a typical elf.
No,
As you can imagine, I'm 6 feet tall and like to wear plate armor. That's not exactly
Yes,
the vibe
you are.
hanging out in the woods.
You were wearing that.
She looks at you, and like there's a little bit of a smile, and then her eyes kind of narrow. She's like, "You mean something else by that, don't you?"
Transparency. Perhaps.
Transparency.
Probably.
Yeah.
Cam, have you ever seen Steven Universe?
A little bit, yes.
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman. Yeah, that. Or be stepped on, whatever.
Diana has a -1 to charisma, okay? She's not good at this.
It's true.
Beautiful.
But in the spirit of earnesty, yes.
You should have asked the master of the game.
Oh my god, you're too busy chewing me out. It's true.
Cathala's just like, interesting. I appreciate the compliment. I do.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. I really am flattered.
Not good at this.
I appreciate the compliment.
I probably should have asked if you were single before I even said anything. My fault.
Well, I mean, I was married once before. He passed. It's okay. Sorry. I am so sorry because I understand where you're coming from, and then what I'm saying is just totally harsh in the vibe, and I'm very sorry.
No, it's fine. This is not the first time that I have put my foot in my mouth, and someone has recently more perished.
You're totally fine. It's fine. I just in the spirit of transparency, earnestness. He was a fellow servant of Aurora, and in a past life of mine, I was more of an adventurer, and he and I went out and tried to help people in other parts of the realm, and it got dicey sometimes. And one time I came back and he didn't. But that's why I stay here and I guard people here in the city, because it's a little hard for me to go back out there and face the evil that's out there. But needless to say, I haven't been hit on in a while, so that made me feel really good, and I really do appreciate that.
No problem. Pleasure to serve.
Here, uncorks the bottle, pours you a full cup of that. Corks and just goes,
Hey, there we go.
you can take that one with you. Just don't tell anybody you got it from me.
I will not. I not after tonight. I will not.
Yeah, sounds good.
As long as no one asks. I am on a transparency kick, apparently.
Apparently. Well,
Boy.
appreciate you stopping by.
No problem.
As you get up to leave, she does kind of like put her hand on your shoulder and just like, hey, all joking aside, this was nice. Thank you for an earnest conversation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't have too many of those, so this has been a real nice change of pace.
Yeah. Well, if you want to ever talk to a nice elf, I'm here for you.
I'll keep it in mind. Absolutely.
Great. And don't let those other two mess with you too much.
Oh, believe
Deep
me, I
down,
don't.
all of us elves love everyone. It's just sometimes we have a little bit of a beef.
Have you ever heard of an artist named Loston?
Most. I can't say I have. I don't know what songs has she sung.
Oh God.
Hey, you smelly blood
Say
go
what?
down the road.
It's not your role.
A 6 on a history check. Oh man, I have no idea. Can I roll a performance check to try to mimic one? I don't know the names.
Sure.
Humans are stupid, but they should feel bad.
That's so natural.
You start to sing. And Cathala goes, Okay, no, it's fine. I appreciate it. Here, come on, and like escorts you back to your room, and like other people look, and she's like, they're just having a bit of a time, and like just takes you back to your room, and it's like, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah, it's bad. Good night, Caleb.
Cooked. That was a natural one.
Yes, it was bad.
That was very bad.
Those are flat zeros.
A 0.
It's like a moose giving birth to an elephant.
I imagine Diana, after that display, goes into the room with her cup of liquor, shoots it, and then just immediately out.
Yes, I'm out. I'm done.
That was 0.
I had a night.
It's like a newborn deer.
Diana, that is your night. We've had some nights, some conversations with you guys. Osadi, anyone that you wish to talk to or conversations you'd like to have this evening?
I would like to find really anyone at the church to help me identify the owners of the jewelry that we pilfered from.
Orlon is disposed right now because he's in a meeting. However,
Maybe if Gathala's sober enough.
there is Zoran, who was the drow priest that you probably have the most connection with.
Sounds good to me.
You find Zoran, who's in a corner of the room, in one of the halls, just kind of flipping through a book, just kind of like reading to himself. Kind of hears you approach from a distance. Huh? Sonny. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Hello, Zoran. We had procured some jewelry from some of the missing subjects of the city, and I would like to see if we could identify them and perhaps notify the families of the soon-to-be bereaved.
I think that's very much something we can do. And then, like, as he says that, you all look down the hall to see bumbling Diana going to their room with Cathala being like, shh, like...
Just like,
I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to ask what's going on there.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to know.
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, when it comes to her, I never know.
Yeah. To a more sobering task, I can absolutely assist with this. We do have a few missives of some missing persons that we might be able to match these things up to. Here, come to my study. We'll look at these parts. Spend the next little while kind of looking through this. Go ahead and make a intelligence check, and he will also make an intelligence check.
Curses. This is like my worst stats.
It's my dumb stat.
It is my dumb stat. I'll use my inspiration. It is the exact same number.
Exact same number.
That will be an 11.
An
Total.
11.
Hate when that happens.
Zoran rolls a 13.
Don't tell them me.
Yeah. So between the two of you, and it's less because it's not an intelligence in the sense of you can't piece it together kind of thing. It's just some of it just doesn't match up. That some of the people who are missing aren't the names inscribed on this. Some of the names that are inscribed are from people who aren't missing. That maybe it was something that was pickpocketed from someone and then worn by a thief, or someone that, a street urchin that, stole a little something from someone and was hoping to sell it and then perished. But you do identify a few of the items to missing persons and are able to get about 3 family names down that you're able to contact.
Do any of the missing persons have anything in common with each other that we would know?
Mainly orphans, people without a home, people who might find themselves on the street in that area. Just kind of like despots, really.
Interesting. That is interesting. The where we found all of this, we were on a mission in order to find a duke's son. The rest of these missing persons, they don't seem to be quite like him. He's a person of status.
Right.
But everybody else, they seem to be of the, for better or for lack of a better term, lower class.
Well, the city does segment itself in a myriad of ways. There's all the rich people live in the middle of the city, and everyone who is worse off lives on the outskirts. Where did you contact this, or come into contact with this creature?
It was in the below, underneath the sewers, in what seems like a bottomless pit.
Interesting. Where was that in relation in the city?
I believe it was in the south.
Was it the outskirts?
What did I write down? Yeah, I believe it was in the southern parts of the city, underneath that area. But then again, with exactly where we were when we were in the sewers, we could have gone to a completely different part for all we know, and then even further still going downward.
Yes. I guess from what you've told me about this creature, it seems it speaks to the mind, and these individuals potentially could have come from that area, so maybe it was limited in its connection? I don't know, but then there's Noble. Oh, but he was at his woman's house? I don't know. I don't know what to say. It sounds like they don't really know either.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If that's the... Yeah, that sounds about accurate. He did say that he was spending time with her, and then all of a sudden he lost all control of his senses.
Right. I know a fair bit of magic, but that is beyond my understanding. I would just imagine coincidence of same area, same region of the city, but I don't know. Interesting, though, that if at the very least the region is true, this creature was able to speak to people of multiple classes and dispositions is interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was maybe anything else we could learn from it. It was in a jail that, well, it was either built during or before the Sundering by Aurora.
Fascinating. Begins like stroking his mustache and goatee. I don't have any tone specifically speaking about a prison, but I'm trying to think. One thing that is mentioned that I do know of in some of the texts we have is that during the time of the Sundering, the wall or veil between realms was quite thin. Things that shouldn't exist on this plane spilled out here. So I wonder if the creature you faced is something from beyond that came during that time, and so a prison was built for entities like that as a reaction. One can only guess. We just don't know, simply. This prison, though, I'm interested to... Is it safe to go there now?
We were going to go there tomorrow. There's some unfinished business we have back down there. It was going to be a fairly quick trip, but maybe if you're able to offer us any other kind of information, I don't see why you can't come along.
I'm inclined. It would be time well spent. Get to see the mighty Osadi in action once more. Tell me, friend, how have your time away, how have your exploits served you? Has it been a good time away?
Good is subjective. I will say that my time has been trying, but also enlightening. My travel companions are quite the interesting bunch. Some of them try my patience like no other, and that is saying a lot. But they're good people. I can say even though they wish to obscure much, I still trust them. And even for some of the more lost among them, I have faith in them.
I have no idea if she's talking about me or Lost. No idea.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
I understand some of that. I was not always so keen on Cathala when she first joined.
Oh, come on, she's great.
Well, she's great now, but she was difficult at first.
I could see that.
Yeah, when you said keen, I was like,
But she was difficult at first, but, you know, she reminded me a lot of you in many ways. Rough around the edges at first, good heart, but misguided. But she found her way and took up her mantle, and you're doing the same. And it's encouraging to see.
Well, you've got me there. I can't exactly refute that, now can I?
Yeah. True.
I'd say I'm still a little rough at times. Struggle with my own vices.
you did great in that gambling hall. I don't know what you're talking about.
But, the journey, right?
We're all on a journey. And we all grow and have setbacks and have things that keep us where we don't want to be and things that move us where we are trying to go, even if we're not ready. And it's the beauty of life that we're on. And I've lived a longer life than you have, but it's all the same. It's ups and downs, highs and lows, trial, success, but I'm just thankful for Aurora's guiding light through the darkness of this world, and I'm thankful that one of those bright spots was you. And it does my heart well to see you do well here. And I think you're finding your place, your stride. And I was a little apprehensive when you first left, because, you know, it's a big wide world out there, worrying of someone being swept up in it. But I think you do better out there than you would within these walls. I think you're more meant to meet people where they are out there. You know, and then every now and then send one this way that we can help them out. But
Well, I greatly appreciate that. I'll definitely say maybe my adventuring party may not be quite so easy to sway, but that's fine.
yes,
You know, I still like them all the same,
yeah.
What do you mean? I'm
for all of their flaws.
I haven't even tried.
I'm thinking of Diane. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's just no way in hells that
Yeah.
she could ever. She's afraid to be in the building, for God's sake.
Yeah. Well, I saw her sweat when she
try.
first walked in the building, so I imagined as much, but some people are deathly afraid of church. Not just our church, any church.
I think I know a few.
I can understand. You know, I've had my fair share of bad experiences, but all the same, we hope to not cause that, and hope to not cause more strain on your friend, more than she brings on herself. But
That is an understatement.
yes, well, regardless,
She's a good person, though.
indeed,
At
and
heart.
better to have a good influence among them. It seems that not just you, but there are others of your party that seem to have a bit more of a how do I say this? More of a positive impact on the world and the people around them than others. Some of your party members. Not all of them, but
No.
regardless. Thank you for bringing these to my attention. Would you like to keep the jewelry that we were not able to identify?
I think we can. How much of it would you say we were able to identify? It was 100 gold pieces worth.
Yeah, you identified maybe 30 gold worth.
Okay, so
There's 70 gold left.
I think the rest of it would be better put to use here.
I appreciate that, and we'll make sure it goes to the right uses. It's a great boon to have 70 gold. It's no small thing for us. We'll fill a lot of bellies for quite a few weeks, which is good.
Yeah, we're working on something for that.
Oh. Care to share?
I think we need a little bit more of a plan first, but once we have something a little bit more concrete, I believe that we can discuss that in further detail.
Great. Very much excited to hear that. We'll make sure to bring Cathala and Orlon into the discussion as well. We can all put our minds together and hopefully come up with something. I mean, between the three of us, we can almost get something done. So that's always good.
I believe we can do more than almost get something done. We have been making efforts to garner favor throughout the city, and I think that we can truly make some change.
Well, yet another benefit to you being out there rather than in here.
I suppose so.
Good. Well, thank you. I'll take care of make sure that these names of individuals and their families are addressed. We'll bring these effects to them. But tomorrow, to the sewers. I can't believe I just said that. I am not excited to go do this.
Well, it won't be as bad as it was for us going down. We do have the ability to teleport now that we've been down there. So luckily for you, you don't have to get sewage in your mouth like some of us did.
Oh.
Luckily not me.
Right. There's so many questions I have, and yet none of them seem right to ask right now. So
probably don't want them.
Yes. Well, I will just abate my excitement for tomorrow and go to sleep. But bid you a night, Osadi. Thank you again, and Aurora's light shine on you.
Same to you, Zoran. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will also go to my room.
Yep. You head to bed. Zoran passes out for the evening. Corvo, as you are preparing for bed, a familiar voice creeps into your head. Corvo, it's been some time since we formally chatted. Do you have a moment to check in?
Of course. It's funny that you call now. I was actually just thinking about you.
Another message comes through. Where are you currently in Samor?
I'm currently at the Church of Aurora, currently staying at one of the freer keeps.
Oh, all right. If you could let somebody know that I will be arriving shortly, I'll be there promptly.
Of course. There's so much to discuss. And
He's gonna tell.
I go ahead
Darkened session.
and inform one of the people.
Yep.
Yeah, Archmage Delvive will be here momentarily. Don't freak out, it's, we're dating.
What?
Just to let you know, don't freak out when you get to her. And inform.
Okay. It just walks away. About 5 minutes pass. And even from your room, you hear the faint of a teleport spell go off.
I hear it. I approach, start walking a little bit faster, and I embrace her with it.
You come around the corner to the courtyard. There's a fountain going there in kind of this one little area. You see a few individuals who are like resting, people with mats kind of laid on the ground that are homeless individuals that the church has opened their doors to, that are kind of there in this quaint courtyard, but then suddenly flash of arcane light for all of them as they're all just staring at Archmage Cassandra walking through, kind of trying to get her orientation because she's not quite sure where she is in the building. But then you approach and immediately give her a hug and embrace. You feel a heavy sigh.
I missed you so much.
I missed you too. Is there, she looks around, a more private place we could speak?
Yes. Suppose that my room for right now is unoccupied.
Wonderful. Let's go there. And follows you to the room. You head inside. She kind of looks around. She goes, Well, I can't say that I've been in the church before, but I have passed it, so my calculations were close, which is good. So
Having Masadi here definitely helps make things a little bit easier.
I'm sure it does, indeed. Wow, there is so much to catch up on, I'm sure, from your end and mine. But before we have that conversation, I want to have another conversation first. I know last time we spoke there was a bit of a tiff, and I was in a bit of a huff. And I took that as maybe a sign of I wasn't ready for this, or this wasn't right. However, in the time since then, I have not been able to stop myself from thinking about speaking with you again, and was delighted when you reached out to me. And you're here doing great things for the city and the realm, and I'm there doing great things for my city, and I'm thankful that we are well matched in our courtship right now. That, I'm very much concerned with the well-being and safety of a city, and many arcane things that are swirling behind the veil of magic itself and the entire realm, and I was worried if I would find somebody who understood that. But you are someone who, for lack of a better term, gets it. And I'm thankful that you are content to do what it is you are good at doing and allow me to do what I am good at doing. And it's a comforting partnership. I'm thankful of that. And so I just wanted to say sorry, because I was in a bit of an upset mood last time we talked, and I know that was unfair, but...
No, it was valid, and it was my fault. I should have kept a closer eye on them, and I could have been better, and I want to continue to try to be better, and I thank you so much for tolerating me, dealing with my foolishness and the foolishness of my party. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for everything that you are, and I'm fortunate to have you.
Well, I'm fortunate to be had by you, so thank you. And she just reaches over and gives you another hug, just a longer, just kind of a embrace, restful. Pulls away, gives you a kiss on the cheek.
And kiss back.
All right. So, the business at hand. And for the sake of time, you talk long into the evening about all the events of things that you've experienced, things that she's been learning, both from her study of the cube that she has, as well as a couple of expeditions down to the Qatari vessel at the bottom of that ancient ravine. Confirmation of the closure of the rift that Kinia closed back into Kilda, and that is stable. And the threat that had transpired into Kilda is basically null and void. Even the frequent planar events that were happening in the different mines has slowed as well. Partially to her efforts, but also the efforts of the druids who have come and been helping there as well. But more detail that we can cover next session. But what I do want to do is, as you aren't sleeping at the same time as everybody else is, but for the three of you, can I have you all just roll a d20 for me?
19.
19,
18.
18,
And 8.
and 8. Okay.
Lovely.
Diana with an 8.
Yeah.
You are having trouble focusing on a dream. You know that type of night where you just have like a bunch of broken dreams that aren't really contiguous in any way. It's mainly just darkness. But there is a common sense in all of the dreams of just unsurety and fear.
Yeah, that's about right.
Just kind of weigh on you throughout the night. Rosati, what did you roll?
18.
18. Then 18, you find sleep, find rest, particularly because you're back where home was for you for so many years. And as you sleep, there is a cliff, and you're standing on it. And you look out, and there are clouds in the sky, but as you look down, it is just a dark abyss beneath you. And you listen. Make a perception check.
That's a 19 plus perception. Look at that. 8, so 27.
27. You look down into this pit. You stare. You can't see anything. You listen. You hear the sound of scales rapping against each other. The rattling of snake flesh. And you can see 2 eyes deep in the abyss, just staring at you. And just like a breeze comes from the pit. You look around, there's nothing around you, there's just the cliff you're on and then an expanse of darkness. You look up, clouded sky, and then a break in the cloud, and a little bit of light shines through. And it shines into the pit, and as it does, it just illuminates the pit and burns it away, and continues to burn it away. And you hear that in frustration. That's your dream. 6.
Oh, that's what it feels like.
A 19.
Is that what confidence feels like?
So that's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Not great.
With a 19. Hold on.
I gotta lock in real hard.
You are standing in a steel vessel. You look around. You hear the sound of a voice familiar to you. Yes, I will oblige. You hear, I will oblige. You hear the clanking of metal. You frantically look around. You look up and you see a grate. You climb up to the grate, you look through, and you can see another you, something like you, getting onto a table, locking their arms into a long structure that is binding them in place. You see a Qatari walking, lifting its little vestigial hands and controlling screens and moving things around. The voice from this entity. What will be done to me? Destruction. I understand. I have not been fulfilling my purpose. More screens are clicked. You see these giant appendages lower from the ceiling. Different types of equipment begin to spin and whir to life as they begin to move towards this entity. You look at this grate. What do you do?
Crash through it.
You break through, tumble to the ground, stand. This Qatari looks at you. You understand it as 6. Why are you here? Get out.
3 will not be decommissioned.
A blade comes out of your hand and you approach. You reel back before darkness. The sound of crunching metal, explosions and blasting occurs everywhere around you. Cacophonous sound and then just darkness. Except for a small hum, this high-pitched, it just holds before it clicks. And in your vision, you just see memory. Memory. Redacted. 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 And starts replaying in backwards. it's corrupting. It's crashing through before suddenly darkness.
That was cool.
You open your eyes, and it's day. Repairs complete. And just faint gray text in your eye line of just redacted memory.
6 stands there, eyes yellow. And he stands there.
And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Ay, yo, yay.